Friday evening, I joined up with neighbourhood watchers in the southern suburbs in Plumstead and Southfield to speak to them about some of the issues they're facing and about where neighbourhood watchers fit into the community in what the community has dubbed the new norm. Myself and the ward councillor, Kevin Southgate, walked with the patrollers from Southfield and Plumstead neighbourhood watchers through their suburbs. As we approached various residents along the way, I took to inviting them to join the neighbourhood watchers and community patrols, which several of them agreed to do, and one gentleman actually left his home and came out to patrol with us. One of the things that amazed me with this community is the relationships that is evident between the patrollers, our volunteer law enforcement auxiliary officers, the local South African police, and most of all, even private security companies in the area. Crime in South Africa is a crisis, as was borne out again recently when an international NGO published a study that showed that 6 South African cities are now in the top 20 most violent cities in the world, while Cape Town slipped down to number 6 with 5 other South African cities showing more serious crime stats than Cape Town. It is cold comfort to know that our country is in the grip of crime to this extent. The improvement in the statistics in Cape Town are most likely due to the deployment of 500 extra officers to 5 of the worst crime hotspots in the city, which is a joint venture between the city and the provincial government called the Law Enforcement Advancement Program. We are currently training another 500 to deploy to the next 5 hotspots. Another contributing factor to the reduction of the crime statistics in Cape Town is most likely due to the establishment of the Law Enforcement Auxiliary Service a few years ago. This police reservist service is the only one run by a city within South Africa aside from that of the South African Police, and has successfully recruited over 500 members, with more joining all the time. The concept was first created several years ago where neighbourhood watch patrollers could enlist as law enforcement officers on a voluntary basis to assume a more active, productive role in assisting their neighbourhood watchers in safeguarding their communities, enforce the bylaws of our city and fight crime. These auxiliary members are now appointed as peace officers and recognised in the Criminal Procedures Act as well as the Police Services Act. This program has been so successful that other municipalities across South Africa have been asking us for information on how to establish similar reservist services themselves.
Thank you very much to all the patrollers. First and foremost, thank you to all the auxiliary members. Thank you to all the private security. Thank you. The fact that you partner beyond your commercial interests is invaluable. I can't imagine where South Africa would have been.
I want to applaud the efforts of these communities coming together to achieve a common goal to make the community safer. There's still a lot to be done in the quest for safety and security, but knowing that this is what can be achieved between the communities, the neighbourhood watchers, and with the support of their councillors certainly makes it more rewarding.